I'm Cara Claymore. Welcome to Body Tarot. It's the week of March 13th. As usual, I'm asking how are we relating to our physical form through movement, through rest, through nutrition, through our various ways that we engage with the physical world. I already shuffled these bad boys quite a bit, but let me just give it one more so you know this is for real. All right, here we go. First up, we've got the Eight of Swords, informed by the Threshold. By the way, the decks I'm using are the Bianco Nero black and white deck, which is based on the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And this is the Supra Oracle deck by Usi Design Studios. I love this deck. So, Eight of Swords and Threshold. The mind is not going to get us very far when it comes to relating to our body. Being prone to overthinking, as your girl tends to be and has been a lot in the past, we may find ourselves in a place where we are just about done with this way of doing things. We've been trying to do things this way, to overanalyze and to feel caged and stuck by the seemingly unlimited options of what we should be doing with our bodies, how we should be relating to our bodies, what's the right program, what's the right diet, and this sort of infinite slog of options that is really too much information for us to even sort through on a reasonable basis. So we're finding ourselves wanting something different, wanting a new way of relating to self, of being a physical body, of enjoying the physical realm. And when we find ourselves at the conclusion or at the limit of what a certain way of doing things can get us, we have no choice but to start to entertain other options. The imagery of this card also just sort of speaks to the animal nature, right? We are, as human beings, powerful predatory mammals in a lot of ways, right? And there is something about this animal aspect of our nature that really longs to be felt and to be seen and to be expressed and actualized through movement, through physical play, through love, through sex, through exercise. So if we can start to look at our physical tasks, whether that's our routine in the gym, in yoga, going for a walk, as not a productive task that is oriented towards a specific goal, but is in fact the playtime with our inner big cat that absolutely needs to happen, we maybe can shift a little bit of how we think about our body, because our body's not here to be thought about, it's here to be felt and experienced and moved. I want to pull another card for this. So what is this, how can this express itself physically in our actual physical actions? Cool, so we have the Ten of Wands. So really going after it, really picking up as much as you can carry, not to like check the box off your to-do list, but to genuinely see what you can do, to actually excite a sense of curiosity about your own body and your own capacities. You know, you could take this very literally and go see, okay, how much weight can I lift? How many more reps can I do? Can I turn my exercise or my physical tasks into a fun challenge that excites me rather than another thing on my to-do list that I have to do in order to be good and fit and healthy and right? So picking up the weight you can carry. And there's something about this that also speaks to carrying your own weight. What is that? That's something that I've just been sort of ruminating on lately. A little bit in overthinking it, but bear with me. What does that mean to carry one's own weight joyfully, to fully own and be proud of the being that I am and know fully what she needs and how she expresses herself. So this to me comes back to the necessity of the mature, individuated adult to really know themselves and to be committed to the process of knowing oneself. Because it's a constant unfolding. We're not static, we're never finished, we're never done, we're always in process. So we need to always be in practice of getting to know ourselves and exploring ourselves with curiosity and love and self-compassion, not constriction and self-doubt and whatever that is. This is the like joyful burden of existence of like, listen, life is hard sometimes. There are things that are challenging, but I'm here to carry them. I'm here to carry me. I'm here to do life, baby. Pull another oracle card for that. Woo! Synchronicity. I mean, whenever I see this card, it's just like, it's synchronicity. So there is I think a sort of practical way to connect these ideas in that the signs that we are on path, that we're on purpose, that we're on mission, that we're on trajectory will show up for us when we trust ourselves that we're committed to process. Like when I wake up and I choose, okay, like today is another day of doing my best to be the freest, most authentic, compassionate, kind Cara that I can possibly be. At whatever capacity I have today, whatever that may be. It may only be 40% of my overall max. But if that's the most that I can bring, that's great. And the signs, signs and synchronicities are such a trippy and tricky thing to navigate. But for my part, I will say that when I am in I would say a practice of more active listening, when I'm able to sort of relax my thoughts a bit more and really just open up and be receiving and receptive to what experiences, people, places, things have, to really honor and witness the world around me as it is, that is when synchronicities pop up. They don't pop up when I'm straining to see if I'm doing things right. They pop up when I'm doing things right, which is when I'm relaxed and receptive and open and listening to my heart. I'm kind of freewheeling on this a little bit, a little less structure than usual, but that's cool. It's just how I'm at. That's how where I'm at today, guys. I want to ask, what's the relationship to rest and recovery? We just shifted into daylight savings time. Boo, antiquated and not helpful. So noticing that maybe our sleep schedules are going to feel a little weird and being extra aware of that we may need a little more rest, or we may need to just be mindful of taking things a little easier this week, maybe. Anyway, rest. What's going on there? It's your boy, Two of Pentacles. Can I get this to focus on him? You get it. He's dancing. He's balancing. I like this Two of Pentacles because we have this very turbulent ocean in the background on which these ships are like getting tossed. So this guy, he also looks very relaxed. He is in the process and the practice of balance. Kind of feel like I need another word because that word is so overused that it's sort of lost its meaning. I like the word, equilibrium. Finding equilibrium of the pendulum swing. Sometimes that's going to be over larger periods of time. Like last week, I had a very up energy week. And this week, the last couple of days, I've just been like, whoo, pretty wiped out. So being aware of daylight savings and how that shift truly, like that is a big shift that literally the entire collective just did. And that is going to have an effect. We are not immune to these big shifts that everybody's going through. In fact, I think a lot of us are finding that, oh wow, we're all kind of going through very similar things right now. So noticing these energy shifts and how we can support ourselves through them. I've been seeing this card a lot lately too. Perseverance. Perseverance. Just keep swimming. Yeah, I just quoted Finding Nemo. My God. Perseverance. Just keep going, baby. Just keep going. Like, things always find their equilibrium. The pendulum always swings the other way. Always, 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 always. And sometimes it feels like it takes a sweet ass time, but it really does. It really does. And it's so crucial when you're feeling like you're in the rough part of the swing, shall we say, that things are always going to be this difficult and you're always going to be like struggling to find your equilibrium and your balance. But you won't. You won't. Like, there will always be periods of ease after periods of intense difficulty. And perseverance also just speaks to our ability to not hinge our satisfaction and our well-being on everything around us going perfectly. Like, the sun is shining, there's beautiful trees sprouting here, even though this is, I guess, some kind of spooky, barren desert land. Like, there's still so much beauty. And this is where learning to develop your attention is a huge thing. It's a huge, it's a practice that I think is a big part of any like meaningful long-term spiritual practice, is learning to develop your true attention and what you put it on, because what you put it on directly informs how you're experiencing yourself. All light is within the eye. Alan Watts said something like that. Okay, so I think we've got some good stuff at play here. I want to pull one more card just as a sort of a general takeaway in terms of maybe what we can give ourselves, what we can actively look to make of this week in terms of our body. Page of Swords. Look at this bad motherfucker. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. Stand up for yourself. Declare the boundaries around what you need. If you need to go to bed, you need to go to bed. Turn your phone off. Do not answer texts. Do not answer emails after 8 p.m. Stand your ground for what you've decided you need this week. Make a decision about what you need this week, even if it's one thing. For me, it is going to be rest. I'm going to be really striving to cut myself off from active output by like 7 p.m. and really easing into my rest in my evening time and making that really the focus of my day even. Not entirely, but as much as I can. One more oracle card to balance this out. Improbability. What I love about this card, this is speaking to how shooting for the stars is actually how you move the needle forward. It is sometimes by really over projecting what you want that you actually are able to make some ground forward. That like it is your ability to dream big that moves you out of the status quo of right now. So even if you're not really sure like what that vision is, or like you think maybe what you want for yourself this week is a little unrealistic, ask for it anyway and just see what happens. Maybe you'll get more than you thought. So if it's like, okay, this week I am gonna eat so much steak and leafy greens or whatever, and you don't every day, okay, that you still got it in a couple days, or whatever that is for you, right? For me, again, this is going to be rest. Am I going to get to bed every night on time and like be perfectly relaxed every night? Probably not. But by setting that as my goal and my intention, I'm probably going to get a little farther than if I hadn't. Okay, I hope this was helpful to you. If anything stuck out for you, please leave a comment and let me know how you're incorporating any of this into your week and your routines and how you utilize this absolute miracle of a vessel. Happy Monday.